Hey guys, welcome back to Satisfactory. Since the last time I released a video, it's been a few days again, but I did want to show the progress here. Did change a couple things since I was last on video. I did mention in the last video I was going to bring in the limestone or the concrete in a little bit more of an organized fashion, which I did do. Can't say that it's great. Still got a little bit of spaghetti going on here. I will eventually clean that up. All this right here is pretty much temporary. My plan is eventually to build larger scale factories and move a lot of this up into their own factories. Also up here, last episode we did a rotor factory that was much more efficient, so that's also one of my big focuses. However, for this episode, as you can see, none of the machines are working currently. I have power issues, so that's my biggest focus this episode. I'm going to be getting the coal factory going, and also have a plan for that, so which I will be showing off here in just a few minutes. One of my goals for the coal factory is definitely to make it as efficient as I can. That way, I'm not wasting any of the coal and getting the most that I can out of it. I do want to mention I do have intentions to decorate that rotor factory over there. I'm not just going to leave it as is. Got some plans for it. I just need to unlock a few more things, and in order to do that, I need to keep production going. So I have to get the coal power going. So down here is where I plan to create the coal factory. There's several nodes here, one being pure. I think there's 4 normal coal nodes. I'm not going to use all of it for the coal factory, but my plan is to probably use a couple of the normal nodes as well as the pure node to create this. So there's some water down here, and then I plan to build it right there. It's hard to see, but right across over there is the normal nodes, and whoops, not that. It's a little bit easier to see from here where I plan on building the factory. Up there is where most of the factory currently exists. Down here where there's water is where I intend to create the coal factory, and hopefully I got enough room. I'll be testing that out as well. And then I've got 2 normal nodes over there and then 1 pure node right over there that I'll be bringing in. So a total of 240 coal coming in. There'll be 10 coal generators, which again I'll show the plan here in just a minute. Alright, so here is the plan for the coal factory. What you can see here is I've got 10 coal generators. I'm going to zoom in really because really just 1/2 of this is really all that you need to see, because basically it's duplicated on each side. So I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of see it a little bit easier. So what we have here is 5 coal generators. We've got 225 water coming in, and then we've got 120 coal coming in on each side, being split evenly. 15 coal going into each one, 45 water going into each one. And then we have 45 left over. My plan is probably just to combine these 2 lines and make an additional set of 5 coal generators. But I kind of want this modular system, that way I can extend onto the factory as needed. This is going to produce somewhere right around 700 power, I think. So it's definitely not a long-term option, but it'll last me for just a little bit and at least keep my factory going for right now. Let me go ahead and show the second sheet here. Okay, so right here, this is the bottom floor. So basically, we just have 4 water extractors, and each of them are putting out enough water to fill up the 10 coal generators up top. So I do have 2 of them underclocked, just so that they aren't turning off and on. Again, I'm trying to build an efficient factory. I know that if you plan to build a lot more coal generators, then it may be better to combine some of these. Right now, I'm probably utilizing a little bit more space in favor of keeping it efficient. So just keep that in mind if you decide that you want to build something like this, but you need a lot bigger factory. This is really just for 10 generators here. Alright, to get going, I know based on the plan I need an 8x10 grid. One of the things I am trying to do is I'm trying to lay this out where it's just underneath the water. You'll see right over there, I kind of tested this out just a little bit earlier, and so I'm trying to match that up. Really all you need to do is I'm just holding down control, and then I'm trying to line it up where it's just underneath the water. Hopefully that works. I'm just going to go out 8 foundations. Okay, I need to make sure I give myself plenty of room, so I do want to come out a little bit further and be somewhere in the middle of the water here. I'm going to get rid of these foundations, don't really need them. I know that this is the correct height where I can place the water extractors just right on top. If it's too deep, it won't work, where the water extractors won't snap to it. So that is something to be aware of. You may have to test it and make sure it'll work. I am pretty confident this should work out for me. So, all right, I'm gonna go out 10. Right here, I'm just trying to get a good center point if I can. So I'm gonna go out 4 that way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks good to me. I'm going to leave those just for walking around. Looks like it's pretty much in the middle where I should be able to extend out. Let's see if I can go 9 foundations out this way. Looks like I can. So a total of 10 on this side. And this is going to be 7 since I'm standing on... Oh. Oh, because there's a foundation there. Alright, so here we go. I've got my 8x10 layout. The next step is I'm going to put in some water extractors. These are pretty easy. I'm not going to paint the foundations like I did on the rotor factory, just because they're pretty much centered. You can refer to the layout if you want to see exactly how I line them up. But pretty much all it is one extractor lined up right on the center line. It looks like it's 2 foundations in according to the plan, and then you back it up 4 meters. So basically it's going to be pretty much right in the middle of this square here. Okay, that back left corner of this water extractor will be. Alright, so I'm going to get that in place. I do want to show this. It is kind of hard to get these lined up, so you can't nudge the water extractors. So I am having to kind of eyeball this just a little bit, and it may be easier to go up top to make this work. Alright, got the 4 water extractors in place. You can see their position here if you'd like, roughly right in the middle, pretty much on the back side. And it's 100% easier to do it from a lookout tower than down here. But I will show you also, I'm just a little bit behind the vents on the foundations as well. If you have your foundations in place correctly, again, they do snap in place, so it's much easier to kind of place them. The only downside is you can't nudge the water extractors like you can in a lot of the other buildings. So that's a huge downside, makes it a little bit more difficult to place. But from here, I'm getting ready to run some pipes and get up the second story as well. One of the things I did here is I put a 1 meter concrete foundation on top of the 2 meter foundation there. Really doesn't matter what the height of that bottom one is. I just didn't want to be walking in water the whole time. It's also in the floor. I should remember that. But you can see it just looks a lot better, I think, already. And I want this to all kind of feel like it's part of the actual factory, not just all down here sitting in water, like I said. So trying to improve the look of things if I can. Alright, got a little bit added here. Again, you can see the water extractors down below. That'll be the bottom floor. Second floor will be a logistics floor where all the splitters and pipes and things like that are going to go. And then above that, the very top floor here will be where the coal generators go. This box right here is just some stairs. If you're wondering how I got the height, it really has to do with these stairs. They're each going up, was that 8 meters? So you almost have to follow an 8-meter build if you want to have doorways that kind of line up with the foundations. So it makes it a lot nicer, I think. So just keep that in mind as you're building. 8 meters per floor. At this point, I want to get the coal generators in place. That way I can know where the belts and all those things are going to run. So get the logistics. I want to get the logistics down in the correct place. All right, added a little bit more now. So basically what I've got is I've got the 10 coal generators down. I will make note there was a slight adjustment here. You'll notice that to get these centered, I think I have them drawn just a little bit too small in the plan. Future Gator here. Figured out why this wasn't fitting here. This right here should have 1 and almost a half foundations left. I was missing a foundation on this end. So it's actually not 8 foundations, it's 9. So I apologize about that confusion. Big focus for me is having this middle walkway. I actually do want to see like the coal coming up from underneath and then going into the coal generators. Just something a little different than what I did previously. So this gives us plenty of room to move around as well. And then, yeah, if I had more water, we could probably expand out that way. But for now, this is what it's going to be. And it should, like I said, give us plenty of power to be able to power everything that we've got going right now. Here's a better vantage point of it. You can see this is just the stairs coming up. And then I've got a set of stairs going up to the middle part. I think it looks pretty good so far. Obviously got a lot to go. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. You can see I got the logistics in. Got a belt and a pipe going into each one, getting ready to fire it up. Down here, some type of a logistics floor. Nothing too fancy yet. I will probably have an elevator that's gonna come up and bring the coal up from over there. Just playing right now anyway. Down here, not too much has changed. I've got the pipes in. There is a little bit of clipping, and I did kind of something similar where I have a walkway above it, and then it goes straight up. I'm going to eventually get some floor holes, probably fix that. Right now it's just going through. Don't love that, but that's what I got right now, so trying to make what I got work. Here's a better view of it. You can kind of see what it looks like. Again, water extractors on the bottom, logistics middle, coal generators up top. I will have to find some place to put a sink because I've got too much coal right now coming in. I do eventually want to expand this out a little bit probably, but for now I'm going to go ahead and finish what I got. Alright, it's not the prettiest, but I did get the coal going here. It's coming up now, running over into the factory and getting ready to start up the coal generators. I've also got the water extractors powered up. Should be running water up. Yep, looks like it is. Looks like it's doing a good job. So I'm going to check on that. So right now these are stopped again until I get coal coming over consistently. Should be clocked correctly. Let's check. Now I just replaced this one. This one needs to be at 87.5%. Oops. 87.5%. Now we should be in good shape. Check the other side, make sure. Okay, now it's 100, so it should be 87.5 as well. It is not. Alright. That should be producing exactly the amount of water it needs in order to power the 10 coal generators up top. I swear I feel like you have to watch it, make sure all the splitters are working. Sometimes I feel like these aren't connected correctly, or it's easy not to connect them correctly rather, and it causes a lot of problems. So I'm just going to make sure each one is actually lifting up coal. Obviously we don't have the other set of coal coming in yet, so we will work on that here in just a second. It should be coming in from over there. Probably bring it in along here. Oop, and then come up just like this other one. See, their production is beginning here on the coal factory. Got the smokestacks going, but they are going off and on right now, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that line in from that other coal node over there. Hopefully by the time I get it over here, this side will be consistent, and then we'll just be waiting on this other side, which currently doesn't have any coal coming to it. Alright, we've got both sets of nodes coming in. You'll see this one on the right stopping from time to time. It's because I had those going at 100% for a little bit, trying to fill these up as quickly as I could. That is going to have to burn off, and that's going to take a little bit, so network's not going to be 100% stable, but it'll eventually get there. This one already dialed down a little bit, and still filling these up. You see that this last one's still having a hard time staying going, but that'll fix itself as well here in just a little bit. So I'm really close to having this done. As far as the look of the facility, the factory itself, I think it's going to take me a little bit to unlock everything that I want to be able to do some of the cool stuff that I'm hoping to do. So right now it's pretty much a box factory. I'll also get rid of these once the network stables out as well, and tie everything back in up here. So probably go ahead and do that. I have enough power to be able to do that, I think. So yeah, plenty of power. So yep, I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'll wait for it to stable out and show that off a little bit. Here's another good look at the factory as it is. While we're kind of waiting for the network to stable out, I think probably the next thing I need to do is get the modular frames going. So that'll probably be the next factory that I do. That's also going to allow me to unlock a few things. Also, this quartz over here, we're really not doing much with it, so I probably need to get that going as well. So this is probably going to be the next couple of things that I work on. Pretty proud of where I'm at so far. If you've got any recommendations, please let me know. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the video there. If you guys would, please go ahead and subscribe, like the video. It's going to help me out. Appreciate it.